So today's video is gonna be on how to do the composition of a manga panel on CapCut. So we're gonna turn this little picture right here into this more intense composition, and also this is what it would look like with transitions and animations on it. So last video I made was focusing on the animations, but for today's video we're only going to be focusing on the composition. So step number 1 will be on how to remove the background. Step number 2 will be on how to do the lighting in Ibis Paint. Step number 3, we're going to make the background. We're going to add this dark blue CC, and we're going to add some extra lens flare to finish everything off. So yeah, this is a basic composition tutorial on CapCut. I'll try to make it as clear as possible so that all of you guys can understand. So let's get started, shall we? So step number 1, removing the background. You can do this with PixArt, with background eraser app. There's a lot of different apps that you can do this from. For this video, we're going to use Ibis Paint. We're going to use the magic wand and the eraser feature in Ibis Paint. It's pretty easy. You click on the magic wand feature, then you click on the background. It's going to create a selection area around the character. Now we're going to switch to the eraser tool and we're going to erase everything under the background. Once everything is done, you can pretty much remove the selection area, and then you can pretty much erase everything's left with the eraser tool. After you're done, you can now save as transparent PNG. So step number 2 is going to be on how to do the lighting. So let's hop into Ibis Paint. We're going to click on the main menu. We're going to create a new layer. Then we're going to click on clipping. After that, you're going to go to the blend mode and we're going to click on multiply. After that, you're going to open the bucket tool and you're going to put the strength to 100, just like this. So you're going to click on the character next and it should look like this. As you can see, the character is all black. So after that, you can pretty much change the opacity however you want. For this example, we're going to put it around 75-80%. So after that, you're gonna click on the brush. You're gonna click on the airbrush right here. Then you're gonna select the color white. And after that, it's pretty straightforward. You put the lighting whatever you want by painting the parts in white. So for this example, we're gonna paint the right side of the face just like this. And I also painted a bit of the left side as well. And you can even put some colors into the eyes, just like I did. I put some red into the eyes. So after adjusting a few things, here's the final result. So it looks pretty decent. We're gonna save as transparent PNG. So step number 3, we're gonna do the entire composition on CapCut. So we're gonna create the background. We're gonna create this dark blue CC. We're gonna add a lot of lens flares, a lot of blur. We're gonna do the entire composition process. So let's create a new project on CapCut. We're gonna go to the overlay. We're gonna add the character as an overlay. Then let's start creating the background. So I'm gonna add this dark sky background and make sure it's behind the character. So we're gonna go to the layers menu. And after that, very important, we're gonna blur the background. So we're gonna go to the effects, we're going to select the blur, and we're going to apply it to the right clip. And you can also adjust the strength however you want. Next up, we're going to put this little platform overlay behind the character. And just like always, we're going to put it behind the character by going to the layers menu. Next up, we're going to add this little mountain behind the character, just like always, putting the layers menu. And I also decided to blend it as an overlay as well. And we're going to put some blur as well, so you can apply it to the mountain. And you can adjust it however you want. Okay, next part is pretty important. We're going to create this pretty dope blue CC. So what we're going to do, we're going to add this blue lens flare. So we're going to click on blend, we're going to click on overlay. So now you have to pay attention. It's pretty important. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in into the lens flare and then I'm going to move it to the top left corner. This is going to create this very nice dark blue effect. So you can move it around until you get a pretty good result. Like this one looks pretty good, but it looks too dark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the opacity. I'm going to tone it down just a little bit, maybe around 75 to 80% maybe. So the blue CC looks pretty good. So let's continue improving the background. So I'm adding this moon overlay to the background. We're gonna click on blend and then overlay, and then you can pretty much put it whatever you want. Now I'm putting behind the character by going to the layers menu. And next up, let's start adding some blur to the moon. So you can apply it to the right clip and then you can adjust it however you want. So I think it looks pretty good. So next we're gonna start adding some lightning into the background. I think it fits pretty well into the scene. So let's click on blend, we're gonna click on dodge, and we're gonna place the lightning whatever we want. I also decided to copy the lightning and put it on the right side as well, so we have 2 of them. So let's put the lightning behind the character by going to the layers menu, and we're gonna also put some blur as well, just like last time. And obviously I did the exact same process for both of the lightning clips. Also, I forgot to mention that all of the background / overlays that you see in this video are gonna be in the description of the video if you want to download them, obviously. So next up, I'm adding this little wind overlay to make the clip more intense. So again, I'm gonna blend it, filter, and I'm gonna put some blur into the wind overlay as well. Next up, I'm adding some lens flares to add more glow to the clothes. So we're gonna click on blend, we're gonna click on dodge, and we're gonna put the lens flare however you want. And just like always, we're gonna put some blur into the lens flare as well. And you can adjust it however you want. And I also decided to copy a second lens flare into the right side, because why not? And I did the exact same process for the blur and everything. Also, the next thing I want to do is I'm gonna add this little red glow into the eyes. It's very simple. I'm gonna click on blend, I'm gonna click on filter. So here's what it looks like. So next up, I'm gonna add some extra effects, but all of these are pretty much optional. So we're gonna search the edge glow, we're gonna apply it to the character, and you can also adjust it however you want. After that, we're gonna create this nice little flicker effect. So we're gonna search black flash number 2, we're gonna put the speed to 100, the intensity around 25, the size to 100, and the twist to 0. And we're gonna apply it to the character as well. So as you can see, it looks a lot better, much more intense. So some of the last effect I'm adding is this effect called vignette. This is gonna make the edge of the screen a lot more darker. You can adjust it however you want, just like always. And I'm also adding this effect called AZ. This is gonna make the edge of the screen a lot more blurry. So after everything is done, here's what we got. So we got the character at the top, then we got the sky background, we have the platform, the mountains, then we got the blue lens flare, we got the moon, the 2 lightning overlays, the wind overlay, the 2 lens flares, and the 1 eye glow. So once everything is done, you can export the project, and here is the final result. I also added some extra animations and some extra camera movement by doing camera shakes and color flickers, and this is what it looks like. So thank you so much for watching the entire video. If you want to learn how to do the animations, I made a 10 minutes tutorial on my last video. So if you enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe if you want. And on that note, I will see you guys into the next video. Stay safe, yeah.